Hi everyone, it's Bitcoin from the Big Chibowski. In the second round of this final week, I'm fighting a guy called 60 Portions, which sounds like quite a lot to me. He's from the guild Cantina Lords with 590k a lifetime score. In terms of his roster, he's got Jedi Master Luke and Supreme Leader Kylo, and he also has a Relic 8 General Kenobi. So that's a fleet I'll be expecting to see on defense, which should make things pretty interesting. And for the rest, since he doesn't have a third Galactic Legend, he has some interesting upgrades in his roster that I otherwise wouldn't see as often, like this Barris here. And the Barris has 122k health, so that's quite formidable. And then another interesting one that I found was his B1. Just thinking where I can find that. Relic 7. Modded for as much offense as possible, so 10.2k, which is really crazy. Don't really get to face too many of those. So you see, even if you have a Galactic Legend less, you can certainly do some interesting upgrades. And this is also a guy, if you look around a bit, he's got a lot of Gear 13s like Scion, Treya. I think Resistance Hero Finn and Poe, before he locked in, were already Gear 13. Now I guess he's going for Rey as his third Galactic Legend. But all around a pretty interesting opponent. Now, when I looked into his history, it looked like he made quite a lot of very, let's say, common mistakes. Things like Supreme Leader Kylo losing to Rey in 3v3, which really shouldn't happen. Multi-shotting a bunch of teams that are typically pretty easy. So me being super sleep deprived at that time and like had a very busy day from Territory Wars, I didn't spend enough time on my preparations. So I figured if I just go with my setup from last time and I set Sith Eternal Emperor in the back, then I should have a decent shot at beating him, at least on banners, if he does full clear me. Now, he immediately sent in, I can just show you what he did. He immediately sent in Supreme Leader Kylo in the front, which I could see by the banner count, the 55. So that made me think, okay, that's gonna be alright then, but he seemed to have been pretty lucky with Vader taking out my Sith Eternal Emperor in the back. So he one-shot everything and got 2640. Now, normally seen that wouldn't be a huge issue because it's not like his defense is really OP, but there is a good chance he has a General Kenobi in the back in the fleet zone, and there is also a good chance that I might make a mistake on one of these. So actually, this is probably going to be, for me, one of the tougher Grand Arenas that I fought. Now, I just made a mistake in my speech, but I did actually sleep well tonight, so that's not going to be an excuse for anything that I screw up here. Yeah, the Jedi Knight Luke team with the Barris there, that definitely puts me off a bit from trying to use Vader, as I did the other day. So I'll have to think carefully how I want to tackle these teams, and I've already been doing a little bit of that, obviously, because otherwise this video is going to take forever. So I'll get started against the Finn team there with the Gear 13 heroes, and that's where I want to use my Night Sisters, because for Night Sisters it's typically pretty difficult to try to get good banners on anything else, because all it takes is like one hit and then yeah, you lose your protection and there's no way to regain it. So I'd like to use them here. I think it's a good spend, and I'll just immediately get into that. But typically what he's done is set a lot of sort of tricky and unusual teams that you won't really see too often, and as a result there's a lot of them where it's quite easy to get a low banner count. So we'll see how things go. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just immediately gonna kill him, I think. Although going for Finn is also pretty tempting because Poe here is stunned anyway. I think I'll do that instead. Might be a misplay, I hope not. And now hopefully push back the turn meter or kill. Okay, perfect, it was the right play. Alright, that's the first 54. And I've sort of like tried to have a look as well, like how many banners am I expecting to get, and basically my goal is to get like 2665 in the event that I have to double shot the Negotiator. I want to make sure that I still get enough banners if I subtract the 20. So I'm basically assuming I'll have to double shot that. If I fail anything else, then it's probably game over, I think. So this is going to be a pretty tight match. Now against New Tier, I unfortunately have to use a team that's going to drop some banners. I did consider bringing in Thrawn here to try to top him off, but even then, it's probably going to be pretty difficult with Sunfac countering. So I just figured I'd go with these 3 and just make the best of them, since they're also just gear 12s and they're pretty much guaranteed win. So I figured that was going to be a good choice. So there's nothing like too special about this match once Traya takes her turn. In this case, actually I cleanse the extortion. I don't want to get stuck in some kind of loop, and I'm not in a hurry to isolate Sunfac just yet, because there's not much point in me hitting any of the others as well. So always cleanse the extortion there, don't get greedy and try to put down the isolate early. There's absolutely no benefit in it for you, and it's just gonna risk you taking a lot more damage than you need to. I could also probably have gone for Watt there, but doesn't matter too much. So here I'll immediately pick off Newt. Watt tries to revive, which obviously doesn't work. And now I'm gonna probably kill Watt himself first, and then just wait for the Annihilate to come back. And then I can finish it up. Now there's a small chance here, if you look at Traya, that her banners are still going to count as full. And really, this is the kind of match where every banner is going to count, I think. So I'd rather make the most of it. So I might as well even put Traya's cooldown reduction on herself here, just to get that protection up and to not potentially lose that banner. Even though I think it's probably already lost, I might as well try. And getting Scion to full, I don't see it happening. I could try for that, but I think it's going to be rather time consuming. Let's try though. So that would mean that I don't want to kill just yet here. I mean, I still have 3 minutes, but it does increase the risk that my Traya also loses her protection, if she has it. So we'll see how it goes. I'll try, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. It's whatever. I'll just keep draining. And just do a basic. Now, normally seen, I should have a good chance here to max. Re-isolate Sunfac. Put it on Traya herself, because one of them will probably expire. I could have maybe done the drain there, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Unfortunately, Sunfac here will take a turn before Nihilist though. So I don't think it's going to work. Let's ability block him. I mean, I'll just try. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think I want to keep cycling. 53, awesome. I'm really happy with that. That is actually 2 more banners than I was expecting, so that's great. Now the next one, also another walkover, the Relic 3 Droidica. It's got low speed, high offense. So this is one I want to take Padme against. I could try to do JKR, but I think I'd rather use JKR against one of the other teams. And Padme typically has really good success rates here. Now there's 2 possibilities. I can do Padme with Ahsoka and GK, or I can do Padme with Jedi Knight Anakin and GK. And the advantage of Ahsoka is more chances to dispel that damage immunity on Droidica, to try to get to him. And the advantage of Jedi Knight Anakin is just straight up more damage, so and probably a little bit more survivability as well. Because Ahsoka here has 50k health-ish, before Padme lead, and Jedi Knight Anakin has 78k. So I think I'm gonna go with Jedi Knight Anakin here, even if I have to spend a bit of time hitting Droidica. That's okay. I think once he's the only one left, then my character shouldn't go down. But I feel a bit more comfortable with this than Droidica targeting Ahsoka potentially, and her just absolutely getting destroyed. So let's go with these and hope that it works. So I'm gonna try to start by kicking Droideka, which fortunately worked. Now the AoE, it's probably smart to save this spell and just go for B2 here. Go for the protection up, then Droideka is gonna roll and Anakin can dispel. Ah, dang, I was really hoping I'd get B2 down there. Let's try and get Droideka down instead. Okay, perfect. Now this is gonna be a protection up kill, except Anakin, dang. I moved a little bit too fast here. I'm not in a hurry, I can take my time. So I should do that. Let's get a stun on him. Try to heal Anakin to full. Or Padme, I guess. She's not gonna count as full, and I don't think there's anything I can do, because Anakin does too much damage. Okay, nice. Come on, Padme. Health steal. Perfect. So that's a 51, that's as expected. Now, normally seen he has Darth Revan in the back, with HK and Sith Empire Trooper, and he has EP, Bastilla Fallen, and Short Trooper. So I'm pretty curious if he went that heavy this time, or if that explains some of his efficiency on offense. He even has Padme in the back, okay. Oof. And Darth Revan with Malak. Wow. So I'm really impressed by how he's done then, considering how much he has in the back. That's gonna be pretty tricky for me to even clear, I think. So yeah, very impressed by this guy, taking so much on defense and then still setting such a score on offense. I haven't seen him do it in the past, so that's just like complacency for me. So I'll have to be pretty smart about how I want to tackle this. Now, normally seen, I should be okay on most of these, but I'm gonna have a think how exactly I want to tackle it and then get back in a moment. So I've given it some thought and concluded that this is gonna be a rough one. Really tried to figure out good ways to tackle all of the teams with minimum banner losses, essentially, to try to maintain that lead that I could have going into the Negotiator match. But turns out it's just really difficult, so he's done a really good job at making that happen. So I'm gonna try and do what I can, really, and hope that I even don't drop a match here on any of these teams, because that's going to be the main challenge. Now the first thing that I should be doing is opening up fleets just to see if he has that Negotiator on defense. If he does, then I'll have to potentially undersize even further in the back. Or like try to use teams that could get even more banners, essentially take a risk. And if he doesn't, then I can essentially just play it safe and maybe drop a couple banners in some of those matches, just knowing that I'm going to be okay. So I'll start against the Puggle team, and the thought here was to use Geos because B1 is out in the open. He does immediately start with an AoE, which is pretty annoying, and because of his unique... let's see here... Yeah, no, okay, he can be countered. That's just in TB sometimes, I don't know why I was thinking that. But anyway, I can immediately whittle him down and eliminate any threats. So I figured that would be the smartest play, even though it's going to cost me some banners. I figured that would be a better idea than some of the other things that I could come up with. So there is of course a risk the Geo Spy immediately goes down because this B1 wouldn't surprise me if he can hit for like 40k, and he does start in the opener. But any of my other Geos have pretty much the same health and protection. Now I did also consider the other scenario, although Puggle is a bit healthier. It's got 50k. Yeah, that might actually be an option. I did also consider this scenario, putting in B1 and then just healing the others up with B1, and there will still be a bunch of assists going around. But I'm not sure I'd get B1 down fast enough that way, because there will certainly be less attacks. So I don't really know what's the smart play, but perhaps this is a bit safer, and I'll just have to go with it that way. So let's try. So let's slow it down and see how much damage B1 does. Actually, I still go first. So let me just start with that then. But that makes Magna Taunt, that's kind of annoying. 35k, so yeah, my Geospy would have basically been dead already. Hope he doesn't retaunt. Okay, he does. And the odds of my Geobird Alpha critting him are pretty low. That's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying is probably an understatement, but we'll see how it goes. I just need to land a time where he doesn't counter. Okay, there we go. This will make him retaunt, I guess. Once again. Definitely want to use the heal here. Okay, now I can get the stacks down a bit. Perfect. Let's see, just basic probably makes sense. I could also get rid of Poggle, but I think I'd rather go for B1 while I have the chance. Poggle is dead anyway. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if I can heal anyone to full. Base this guy or not. Yeah, okay, I did get it. It's probably not gonna happen. I don't want to expose here. But B1 does get the protection banner, I believe, so it should be a 52. Yep. Okay, I'm quite happy with how that one went down. Then against the Jedi Knight Luke team, so that one's actually giving me a lot of thought, because just Supreme Leader Kylo actually can't solo it. The moment Jedi Knight Luke and Hermit Yoda get together, you just can't get it done. They are too strong, and especially considering my Supreme Leader Kylo here is health modded, that really doesn't help me here. So I'm going to be bringing in Hux and First Order Officer to pass extra turns and to just try to kill them off immediately. If that doesn't work, then I'm in big trouble, I think, because I'll be dropping the other guys for sure. And then I'll certainly be dropping under the 20 banner threshold that I'm trying to get. So what I could do is concentrate all of the attacks on Jedi Knight Luke and just hope to get him down that way. I'm not quite sure if that's gonna cut it, but this will pull Hermit Yoda out of stealth. So now I can pass a turn. And ideally I try to stun him, but I think if I can get Jedi Knight Luke down immediately, that would be better. It's just difficult to imagine what will happen if I don't... Like, if I don't get him low enough here, Barris is also gonna heal a bit, so I'd rather not risk it. I might lose the other guys, but I have to do this, I think. Then pass this turn and just do an AoE. Okay, that was unfortunately not the right play, but I'll have to go with it now. And kill Jedi Knight Luke with a group attack from Hux, hopefully. Dang, that's not happening. No point in really going after Jedi Knight Luke here. Hopefully I can max my health here. So 53, I'll still take that, I'm pretty happy with it. Could have ended a lot worse. And I'd never really seen this match anywhere, so pretty good to have done that as well. And hopefully it can help some others who are in this predicament. So let's see, I can go for the Phasma team next, probably. So the idea there was to use Wedge, Han, and Chewie. It's not an ideal counter at all, because Phasma lead here gives the advantage, and while they have advantage, they can't be crit. So with Wedge lead, I don't gain the turn meter then either, but I figured it's still probably the best I can do. As long as I just focus on this guy, save my AoE to dispel once there is a taunt, and I hope I don't drop any characters. That's basically it. So let's immediately go for Executioner. That's decently far. I'll take that and see if I can get a stun on Phasma. Although, just thinking it through here, is that really the smartest? Because she's just gonna give turn meter, but this guy is already full anyway. And this guy is full as well, so actually I should just keep targeting him. There we go. And then they get a taunt up, but that's not really a problem. Obviously can't crit her, but I think it makes more sense to try to take her down. Han is gonna be... Is he gonna be full? I don't know. Let's just basic. Spread the buffs, get a stun. See if I can get wedge full. Oof, nice. That's lucky. That's lucky. Lucky 54. That's a banner over what I was expecting, or maybe 2. But I'll definitely take that any day of the week. So, first order up next. This is going to be a rough one, I think. I'm really not confident about it. So they have a lot more damage than you might give them credit for. Obviously, I have a lot of healing under Kylo Ren and Mass Lead, which is why I think it makes most sense to use this team. But boy, it should be an interesting one. Never seen this one either, so you have to get creative sometimes when things aren't looking too great. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. I think he's the main threat. She's not going to have her special available for a while. That buff immunity, though. I would have really liked to have First Order... what's his name here? Officer. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Come on. Stun him. Get rid of her stuff. Can I gain turn meter? No, it's just not buffs, okay. I mean, the stun is way more tempting. But if she resists it, she gains turn meter. The AoE is also just pretty important. He can't gain turn meter though. So I think I'll just go for the stun. No, she also has more tenacity. That's another risk of this fight. What? That is insane cooldown reduction. I didn't think she was going to be anywhere near done. Wow. Come on, take her down. Okay, nice. I'm happy. Let's see if I can stun him. Stun him. Just keep stun locking now and hopefully not lose Executioner. Heal up, buddy. To keep the taunt real, I was supposed to click this. Oof, this was a really stressful one. It's not often that people make me stress in Grand Arena, so that says something about how this fight is going. Alright, 51, so I lost, I guess, 1 or 2 more. So basically evens out across those fights. Let's see if he puts his Negotiator, and that he did. So this is why I'm trying to be so careful, because that is a nasty fleet. And then he also has the Thrawn fleet, which is no walkover either, in case I need to clean up the Negotiator. So we're in for a party. Alright, next up I'll fight Darth Revan then, with JML and what? Might look like an odd combination, but it does indeed work. So you put the tank tech on your JML, you reduce the cooldowns on Darth Revan. I mean, you can, like, it just makes more sense than starting with the F-Lux, which doesn't hit 2 of them. So you just do that. Now Bastilla wastes your thing, and now all 3 are vulnerable to the F-Lux, which just makes more sense. Try to get Bastilla out first. And whenever it's available, you can also reduce the cooldowns on Darth Revan a bit, if needed, but I'm not going to do it now because his next turn is still the shock. And basically the key is to try to ensure that Bastilla here can't hit a shock on your Jedi Master Luke, because that shock could potentially kill your Watt, and that makes you drop banners. So if you can try to get it done, it's really nice, because if you save Watt, then you save yourself a bunch of banners essentially. And in a match like this, that's pretty important. So there we go. Now my Watt manages to stay alive. And that gives me also more banners than I was counting on. I was counting on a scenario where I would lose my Watt. but it is fortunately not happening. And what is even going to be full here, so that's going to be a 55. So it looks like the banners have been floating a bit back and forth between I'm going to lose some and oh, I'm actually back to even. So we very gradually take them down. It takes a while, you could autoplay it. This is not a scenario where I would like to autoplay it. Let's hope I end up having enough damage, because this is starting to take a while. I do need to crit on some of those, I guess, to get through. Alright, awesome, 55. Now that Padme was really the one I wasn't expecting. That caused me the most switches around in teams to try to figure out what I could do. So over there, like there are some people who like to use EP, Vader, Thrawn there, but that's such a dicey counter. I'd really rather not get into that. So it's gonna be JKR, Grandmaster Yoda, and Jolie. And it's pretty much the same logic as in 5v5, where you initially start by direct focusing Jedi Knight Anakin, all the assist calls go on GK, and all the other attacks just go on JKA. So since Padme is going to take a turn here, I think it makes most sense to first spread some foresight. So I'm going to do an AoE. Spread the foresight, make her miss. Even though he can't get stunned, the others could be. And now instead of calling an assist, which just feeds protection up, I can just do a basic and start going after Anakin. Swap over this way. No crit, unfortunately. Call an assist for the turn meter, so those you can still do. Yeah, unfortunately didn't get particularly far on Anakin there. So again, assist for turn meter. Spread the foresight again. Direct focus again. And then gradually work my way through. It's a slow process, but it should be. Because otherwise you're taking too much risk or potentially making mistakes. So I'm gonna do the AoE here to steal those. Get rid of the foresight. If I can avoid hitting too much while they have retribution, that's great. Steal that foresight and all the other stuff. Ouch. Okay, call him just for the regeneration. And now we repeat the same process on Padme. If you don't have anything to do with your day, then try to go for GK first. It's going to take you a while. I would not recommend it at all. 48k. That is such a good hit. Love it. I could also do the specials with Grandmaster Yoda, but I find that often they don't crit. And thus you just lose a lot of turn meter and does damage. So I find this a lot nicer, personally. I think I said personally twice in that sentence. Yeah. So keep the foresight up. He will too. And see if I can get JKR to full. Not counting on it, so it's going to be a 53 probably, but that's still pretty good. Let's try and get it to Jolie. Okay, I thought it was going to kill, but it didn't. But it's still 53, I think. Yeah. Alright, I'll take it though. Then up next, the Kylo Ren Unmasked team. That's where I want to use Jedi Knight Luke with Hermit Yoda. And then I finally have Rey Jedi Training left, or EP Vader Thrawn, which didn't really end up getting used, but I just don't know where I could have used them better than some of the things I'm doing now. So a conscious decision to not really make use of him. Ah, he's lost his lightsaber. Man, that is not handy. Let's see. I'll just go for the kill here. Okay, I got something to cover my screen there. Fortunately, I caught it this time. Instead of making you all look at some box. That's the downside of the setup that I have. I just don't have another way to share these with you. So sometimes it's a bit clumsy. Oh, I might lose a protection banner here. I hope not. I didn't. Okay, nice. Alright, that leaves just one team on the ground and then the fleet. I could leave this one for last, just to see if I need to do something really crazy. Like just go, I don't know, just going with Vader and Thrawn or something like that. No clue what it's gonna look like. So I'll have to fight that Negotiator fleet now. Which is gonna be fun. So use my own Negotiator with this lineup that I typically prefer, because you're able to make Rex waste his turn, and if they have Clone Sergeant as a reinforcement, that's also really nice. If not, then it gets a bit uglier. I believe he uses Houndstooth, so that's not too great because that's going to be more difficult to get around, but let's make the most of it. So enter maximum concentration mode, but I do have to like hurry up a little bit with the fight in case I end up risking a timeout. Alright. Always the ugly opener. Now we use the buff immunity move. Houndstooth? Yeah, okay. That's as expected. Which is also okay, because I won't be able to get Jedi Knight Anakin down anyway for a while. Call in Blow to make sure I don't instantly lose Anakin the moment anything happens. Okay, now hopefully Anakin's about to drop his loyalty here. Oh, look at that. Someone's right out in the open. Would be a shame if I would get my... actually, I don't need to. I thought I was going to use the group attack from the Negotiator to take him down, but looks like I'm not even going to have to do that. That's awesome. Okay, that pretty much removes, I think, all of the risk from the match. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this was the main concern. He just doesn't really use a good lineup. Wow, I'm even going to get... Holy moly. Like, it's 63 because I brought so many reinforcements, but if I would have skipped the reinforcements... 4 ships! Dude, your Houndstooth is a liability. That is crazy. Alright, then we're gonna go in with the Separatists here. Just use 3 ships and probably put in Spy just for safety. And then we're good. Wow, I'm really happy with how that went down. But it's the same story. If they use Clone Sergeant, then it's just a liability. And a lot of people end up making that mistake of the reinforcements, and it's really crazy like how much it actually damages your potential to do well. So I'm gonna hit that foresight. It's annoying, but necessary to get those debuffs out. And it looks like my Vulture lucked out for about 3 seconds anyway. Make sure I can hit Darth Vader. He's more of a concern to me than TFP. And hopefully I can hit. There we go. The favorite banner stripper in the galaxy. I'll do the AoE. Oh, I thought he would be dead, but I got him. 63, that's a bit lower than I thought I was gonna get. So decent banner stripping there. And then we're left with the final match. I'm going to use Rage Edit Training, BB-8 and R2. R2 there with a burning to get rid of all that really annoying evasion. So obviously you have to focus on Nest first, who has a lot of tenacity here. I'll just... Yeah, I think I might immediately get into the burning here. Although let's be smart and put it on BB-8. Don't actually know if that was smart, but... It is certain, like with EP in there, it's certainly an anti-Rage Edit Training setup. But I'm not sure if it's gonna fly. Oh, okay, he lost his burning. I could have put that on BB-8 actually. Okay, slow down, dude. I can slow down, I don't need to rush this at all. I can cycle through some hits in the end to recover all the protection if needed, but I don't really need to. I just need to make sure I don't lose it. That would be really dumb. Alright, let's go for Maul first. Burn down EP here. Control that one. Slowly dying here to the unique from Palpatine. But it wasn't enough. It's a good banner stripping team, and that's really been his focus all along. Try to strip as many of those as possible, but unfortunately for him, it's not enough. But he did do extremely well. If he would have won this, I think it would have been well deserved. Unless, of course, he cheated, which I don't think was the case. But just adding that little clause there. So what a match, holy moly. Do I want to try to recover my health? I think it's a really slow process, just for a couple banners. The protection can also be done. I don't think I'm gonna bother, to be honest. Let's just call it a day, just in case I get some weird game crash or whatever thing. Though R2 is pretty close to full. And that's actually another Illuminated Destiny. Put this on Rage Edit Training, get another big hit in. Who knows, I might get there along the way. And I may actually have to hurry up a little bit. Keep the tenacity down on. Let's just do a stun then. Do have a Relic 7 R2 now, who's fortunately back to full health, so quite happy with that. Reapply the healing immunity, important not to forget that one. Just in case Nest resets our progress, that's never a good thing. Okay, we've established that BB-8 has pretty much no health steal. I should have remembered that from the Sith raid, but that's been a while since I used the team, so 51 in the end. Not the most amazing, but it does put me at a score of 26-64. So I got what I wanted, at least 20 banner lead, so that it wouldn't be down to... Well, he didn't make any mistakes actually, it's just pure efficiency. Like a banner match in this case. So thanks 60 portions for a very interesting round. You have earned the award of making me think the most, I think. Or like making me worry the most in probably several seasons. So definitely a worthy opponent, and I shouldn't have underestimated you, sorry for that. Yeah, thanks for the match, I look forward to the finals. I believe I'm pretty well ranked at the moment, so we'll see how that will hold up. Let's take a look here. See if I'm able to get top 50 should be possible currently in 10. If I would have done a bit better in the first week, then I would have probably been a bit higher. I think in total I dropped something like 80 banners that ended up being kind of avoidable. So maybe I would have been somewhere around here between rank 3 and 4. But of course, fully expecting to be overtaken by a lot of people who are holding feats. I'm just putting everything early because I don't like mind that much. But some other people want to keep their score a bit hidden until the end and then kind of drop in there. So it's been an interesting season. Let's see how the final match goes. and I'll see you guys then.